Right. We're ready to go. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Tori, lovely to meet you.
And you.
Thanks for doing this. Now, I heard you had to cancel a show on Monday because you were sick. How are you feeling now?
I'm much better now. It was very sad to cancel. I haven't canceled because of my own well-being. I don't know. I can't even remember ever doing it. So it was a huge decision to make, made with tears. But it was the right decision because I'm getting better, and there's power in saying no.
Totally, I agree. You can't do everything all the time, can you? If you're ill, you're ill.
Well, and it's not fair to the people who want to come, who've made the effort to come to see something magical. And if you can barely, get off your piano stool, much less maneuver what needs to be done with all that music.
Yeah. Oh, no, totally. Well, I'm glad you're better now. Or on the road to recovery.
Yes, me too.
Now, obviously, we're talking about the new album, Abnormally Attracted to Sin.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Now, interesting title. Explain that for me, please.
Well, I'm fascinated by, what you're attracted to because it tells you a lot about somebody. I've always wondered why we as women want a man who doesn't seem to really value us. And I've made different choices than that over the years, but not always. And this record really explores, I think, what happens when you do choose something that's supportive of yourself and when you walk a more self-destructive path.
Interesting. But I read as well that it's about the women and power, essentially. Am I going down the right road here?
Power is an important element to attraction, but some of us are attracted to people who want to have power over us instead of those who want to have an exchange. And it really does tell you a lot about yourself, doesn't it? To see what it is that kind of, gets your juices flowing.
Yeah. And what about you? What's your sin? Germany sin story?
Well, my definition of sin, I guess, is the greatest one is intolerance of other people's beliefs. And so I think we investigate that. Me personally, I think the church fathers would think I sin every other minute because I believe in the sovereignty of woman and her body, and that it doesn't ask permission from a male force.
Yeah. I mean, how does that sit with you? Because we all know that your father was a minister,
yes,
wasn't he? Yeah. So was that something that kind of had an influence on your opinions and views and propelled you into that direction or that train of thought?
Well, I think being a minister's daughter, you learn a lot about how things operate and what is the compassionate path of Christ? Is it really telling another person how to live their life? No, I don't think so. So I've been, I think, what would you say? I've been spurred on in my life to ask questions and ask more.
Are you religious at all? Or?
Religious is a fascinating word. I think I have a spirituality, as many of us do. Many of us are not part of a institutionalized religion, but more our own multicultural, a soup of belief systems. I'm influenced greatly by the Native American spiritual path. That's my mother's people. And traveling the world has opened me up so greatly to other ways of just looking at something.
Would you say that you're quite politically motivated, and in terms of your songwriting, has that been a factor as well?
Well, if you believe that life has become so integrated now, things that are out there, jobs, people not being able to find work, are affecting what's happening here, inside the temple, the home, families, hearts. And my domain has always been the mental, emotional, spiritual side of the body. And the macrocosm is always going to affect the microcosm. But now, more than ever, you cannot segregate this change of our world that's happened in the last year and how it's affecting people's lives and changing people's lives daily. And I think the new record is really about finding empowerment with each day in the changes and saying, okay, I have to make some changes, but I can choose. I can choose what they are.